Another use of the faceplate is to support very thin materials such as sheet metals or thin sheets of plastic. Using a layer of double-sided tape on the surface of the faceplate, you can attach these materials securely enough so that with a sharp tool you can come in and cut out thin rings of the material, typically for use in gaskets and shims. We start by covering the faceplate with double-sided tape. The spacing here isn't all that critical unless the material that you're supporting here is very, very thin. So with this sort of spacing, you'd be fine until you were trying to support a material that was 2 or 3/1000ths of an inch thick. This is a piece of aluminum sheet that's roughly 30/1000ths of an inch thick. See, it's quite flexible, and it would be difficult or impossible to support this something like a lathe chuck. But using the double-sided tape and the live center, you can press this up against the faceplate and attach it securely to the faceplate with a double-sided tape. Now, if you watch closely here at the live center, I'm going to drive the live center quite a ways into this piece of sheet metal. Now, I'm not doing this to press it up harder against the double-sided tape. What I'm doing here is putting it in far enough so that in case the metal starts slipping relative to the tape, this disc, which is about the same size as something like a saw blade and running just about as fast, will not come flying out of the machine, but rather will be restrained by the live center. Before you start machining a part like this that is attached so closely to the surface of the faceplate, you want to make sure that you set the depth of the tool so that as you cut through this, you don't also cut into the faceplate. There, you can hear now the tools come into contact with the double-sided tape. Now I've just set the depth stop so this tool can't go past that point and into the faceplate. I'm taking very light cuts here because although the inner part of this disc is secured over a large area by the double-sided tape, this ring out here that I'm very soon going to cut free from this disc will only be attached over a relatively small area. So by taking the light cuts, I run less of a risk of tearing this piece of the aluminum away from the double-sided tape. Okay. I've now hit the depth stop, so I've cut all the way through the disc and just into the double-sided tape. can now move the tool in and start to make another cut. In doing so, produce a ring of metal that would be difficult to make in any other way. I have now completed both of these cuts. I'm back off the live center. And peel off this tape. And with a little bit of prying, should be able to free up the part. It's important to be patient here with the double-sided tape. You can hear, when I deflect the part, over quite a period of time, you can hear the tape pulling away. So if you try to pull the part free suddenly, you risk bending the part. You do this slowly, be able to free the part up with no distortion. Now, this is a useful technique whether you're making rings like this, to use as spacers or gaskets or shims, something like that, or whether you want just the center part, a disc like this.